Hello there, and welcome to the Sela Entrepreneur Podcast, where we take a look at doing online business a little differently for women over 50. I'm your host, Marta Gertson, entrepreneur and business owner since 2008, and for far too long, I struggled with trying to figure out what I wanted to be when my business and I grew up. I was tired of buying all the courses and downloading all the freebies, all in the hope that the answer I was longing for would suddenly appear. Turns out, clarity doesn't come in an instant. It's a journey of discovery and finding answers layer by layer. As I took action, I learned what type of work I really loved to do, who I had fun serving, and the problems I loved to help them solve. That clarity gave me the confidence to start designing a simple, sustainable business that I could steward well, and I'd love to help you do the same. If you're ready to find the clarity you're longing for, then you're in the right place. Let's take this journey of discovery together. If you've been on the business clarity journey for a while, you are going to find at times that it stresses you out because nothing is going right. It feels like everything's going wrong. It feels like you've been looking and searching and asking lots of questions and you just are not getting it. At least that's the way it was for me. There was many years that, and I do mean years, not just months or weeks, but there were years where I was questioning everything. And what I've realized for me personally is that was part of my journey. That was some of the things that I had to go through in order to get to this point, in order to help the women that I work with. I didn't know it at the time, didn't know that I was going to be a coach. I didn't know that I was going to be helping other women through their business clarity journey. I didn't know I was going to be in a position where I could help women find a vision and a direction for their business. I didn't know I would have such delight and joy in coaching women or of finally starting the Sela Society Mastermind and walking these women through their businesses, their highs and lows, and then they in turn encouraging me. That has been such a gift. And if I had known that back when I was in the midst of my clarity journey, one, I probably wouldn't have believed it, honestly. It was so hard at times to keep moving forward, thinking that there was clarity and there was opportunity in front of me. And at other times, I would find it very comforting because I knew that taking each step, each next step in the journey was going to get me there. The business clarity journey can be incredibly stressful because we expect so much of ourselves. And we also live in an instant society where we expect instant results. We want our Amazon in 2 days or less. We want our fast food fast. And if we're in the drive through and, oh, horrors, is taking a few minutes, what's going on? The business clarity journey is nowhere near that. It is not like that. It takes time. And more importantly, it's important to take the time because we have rushed in many ways. We've taken the courses, we've downloaded the freebies, we've watched the webinars, we've done the journaling, and we've rushed through the process. And has it worked? Maybe sometimes. But for the journey that you're on right now, for the deep dive journey of figuring out who you want to be when you grow up, or figuring out what the next step or the next pivot or the next level vision you want for your business, it is worth taking the time to do the work now so that when you get to your business clarity and you understand your vision and you have a direction for your business, you know what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to look back and realize all those steps were worth it, even in the midst of the hard stuff. I recently did an episode on there's beauty in the messy middle of your business clarity journey. And there is, and it's very hard for us to recognize that when we're in the trenches. It's only when we slow down long enough to look up and look around and recognize how far we've come, recognize the growth, that we can finally start to recognize the beauty. But in the middle of your journey, there are times it's going to be stressful. And I wish there was an easier way around it. But anything worth doing, it's worth doing well. And sometimes it's worth being a little stressed out about it. So the stress is not always bad. Stress, overwhelming stress, toxic stress, long term stress, sure, those are things that we need to address. But stress itself is healthy. Our body needs stress. Our brains need a little urgency sometimes to get kicked into gear and get going. So some stress along your clarity journey is okay. And I think it's actually healthy. And I think it's actually good. It's motivating. It keeps us going forward. But it doesn't need to be all consuming. It shouldn't be all consuming. and it shouldn't become long-term toxic stress or toxic hustle. So that's what I'd like to for us to talk about today. And this is coming from reflecting on my own business clarity journey and also some conversations I've had in recent weeks is that there can be such a high level of stress. And most of the time we're putting it on ourselves because we're expecting so much. We expect a speed that's unrealistic, and we put expectations on ourselves that are very unrealistic. It's worth taking the time to set aside maybe a journal or a Google document or a note on your phone where you can just kind of let it all out and just say, no, I am so stressed. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's worth getting in a group of people that you trust or working with a coach you trust and say, I don't get it. I am so stressed out. And have that journaling or that place to express that or that group or that coach that you can talk about this with, it is worth going through that with somebody or with the right tools because it can help you process the stress of this clarity journey and it can help you figure things out in ways faster than you would have just by thinking about it. When you're on your business clarity journey, it can often feel like the tyranny of the urgent. It feels like everything is important and that you need to spend a lot of time working on this to figure it out. It may feel urgent, but it's not. The tyranny of the urgent is not telling us the truth. The tyranny of the urgent is lying to us. And if we allow that tyranny of the stress of trying to figure it all out right now, you're going to find your hands are clenched tight and they're stressed out and they're causing you muscle pain because you're holding your fist so tight. And that we enter into what I call business survival mode because you're working so hard to find the business that you want or the direction that you want, but you also have to work still in the business you have, and they start to fight against each other. And nobody needs that when you're on the business clarity journey. Instead, your business clarity journey needs to be one step at a time, one layer at a time, and you will get there. You will get there with a more meaningful result if you remember it's your journey, your pace, your clarity. That this is a personal journey. Yes, you can have help on the way, and a lot of times I think you do need to have help along the way. I know I did. Some pivotal moments in finding my business clarity came through working with other people or being in a group situation where people were on the same path. But it is your journey. It is your pace. It is your clarity, not anyone else's. So even though the tyranny of the urgent says go, 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 you know, maybe you don't need to. Maybe when we're not fighting the journey of these two competing parts of our attention, the current business that we have and the business that we want, and we feel stuck in between those two, maybe if we relaxed our grip a little bit, we'd be a lot less stressed and we'd probably find our clarity a little bit faster and our mental energy wouldn't be all consumed with this business clarity journey. The other thing that can happen on your business clarity journey that can really stress you out, and this can happen all stages of business, is comparisonitis. And just like the tyranny of the urgent, comparisonitis lies. You may see friends and colleagues that have been working towards a new direction in their business, and they are doing great and they're making great strides. And here you are feeling so stuck trying to figure out what you're supposed to be. Well, one, you don't know what's going behind the scenes. Social media rarely gives us the whole picture, if ever. And you don't see the journey that they've gone on. You don't understand what's going behind the scenes and what's gotten them to the point of their business doing really well. You don't know the questions they've asked, the coaches they've worked with, the people that they have talked with to get clarity and get mentorship and wisdom and eyes on their business. You do not know what it took for them to get there. You don't know their journey. And again, it's their journey, it's your journey. It's their pace, it's your pace. It's their clarity, it's your clarity. Don't compare your chapter 3 to their chapter 20 because you don't know what they've been through to get to this point where their business is going really well. And then also, go, go, go doesn't get you there any faster. Sometimes more is just more. Sometimes faster is just faster. Sometimes the long day is just a long day. And when we don't take the time to slow down, review, take a look at what we've been doing, ask some questions, we don't see the progress that we've made. Every summer for the last few years, now that I've have a little bit of property I can work with, I start a garden. I start my seeds in the spring, usually if I remember to do it, and I plant those seeds and I watch them grow and then looks like I have so much growing inside the house in my little growing space with my lights. And then I put it out in the garden and all of a sudden everything looks so small. And when I go out every day, because I can't help it, I go out every day and look at my garden and everything looks so small and so scrawny. And you wonder, is anything going to happen? Is this really going to work? Is it going to grow? And then all of a sudden you look back one day and your garden is full. And it's because when you're monitoring it every day, it's kind of like the watch pot never boils. Is that you're watching it day in and day out, and you're not seeing those little minute spurts of growth. And it's just all of a sudden, it feels like everything has grown, and all of a sudden the garden is filling in. Our clarity journey is not that much dissimilar. We don't recognize what we've learned because we rarely take the time to slow down and take a look at it and ask some questions about it. Why did that work? Why did I get insight there? What did that insight lead to? Why did that course that I took not work, not help me? Why did that coach, what they said on Instagram, really help me, but that somebody said something similar on Facebook and I didn't get it? It didn't click. Why? Without adopting a regular habit of pausing and reflecting and evaluating what you've been going through and what your journey has been like, you don't recognize the clarity that you've gained. You don't always recognize how far you've come. In one of the earliest episodes of this podcast, I talked about the PACE method to business clarity. And I'll be doing a new episode on this soon because I've actually learned a few things by working on this method and I've updated it a little bit. The PACE method to business clarity is pause, assess, clarify, and execute. And this is a process that we can take throughout our business. These are four simple steps, four phases that we need to take a look at and understand so we can understand what's going on in our business and recognize what's going on. Otherwise, we are going in constant circles without evaluating, without checking on our progress, and without understanding what's really going on. So, pause is to pause, slow down, and develop a habit of rest and reflection. Without this, I think this is one of the pillars of our business clarity journey. I think it's actually one of the pillars of a healthy and sustainable business is to pause and slow down and take a deep breath and take a look at what's going on in the business. And then A in PACE is for assess. And you assess what's going on in your business. Where are you? What season are you in? What actions have you taken? What have you learned? Who are you today that you weren't last year or last month or even last week? C is for clarify. Clarify your who and your what and your how and your why. The steps that you are going to take to reach your goals. Make sure that you're taking a look back and looking at what worked and what didn't and clarify a few things. Why did this work? Why did this make sense? Why do you think this gave you that aha moment? What was it somebody said that said, "Oh, yeah, that's something I haven't considered before." And then E is to execute because now you've paused and you've assessed and you've clarified a few things. Now it's time to take action on what you know. You stop hiding, stop researching, take action because clarity does come from taking action on what you know rather than just thinking about what you know or journaling about what you know. It's taking action. So if you do not take that first step though of learning to slow down and review, to pause, you're not recognizing how far you've come and you feel like you haven't taken any steps forward. But if you can take a few minutes to look back at all the progress you have made, you may not think you're where you're supposed to be, but you have made progress. And if without that, it can get very discouraging and completely, utterly stress you out. And then there's also the lies of busyness or toxic hustle, as I sometimes call it, because the do more in your business becomes the focus. And when you are doing more and not paying attention to your pace and your journey, doing more is just doing more and it becomes busy work. And it becomes busy work because it feels like you're doing something becomes the focus rather than making effective positive progress. You're just doing work on the easy stuff or things that are occupying you so that you feel like you're making progress. That's one thing I have learned in this year because I have a goal of going back through my list of projects and looking through all of my craft supplies, and I have a mission this year. One of my goals is to make a dent in all of my half-finished projects. These half-formed ideas, both in my business, but also especially in just in my personal life of creation and creating. I love learning new crafts and new skills. But over the last 4 or 5 years, as my clarity journey intensified and then finding that clarity and taking deeper, more meaningful action, a lot of my creative projects got sacrificed to this clarity journey. And when I'm not doing things to take care of myself, that stress intensifies. So there are times when more is more. Busyness lies to us. The tyranny of the urgent lies to us. Comparisonitis lies to us. Hustle culture lies to us. And so sometimes you do need to step away from your business or your laptop or your journal or whatever is keeping you glued to your business clarity journey. Because if you are not taking time to step back and evaluate and take a look at things, if you're not taking a step back to enjoy life, to take care of yourself, to laugh, enjoy time with friends and family, you're stuck in the cycle of busyness and urgency and that everything becomes stressful instead of enjoying the process. And I do think that as stressful sometimes as that clarity journey feels like, I do think there's time to step back and enjoy the journey. And there's times to completely step away from it, give yourself a break, and go enjoy life. Because why are we on this clarity journey if we're losing the joy out of life? And when you let the business clarity journey become all consuming, when you let the business clarity journey become your primary focus, it can suck the joy out of the rest of everything that you're doing. It can suck the joy out of your life. It can make you stressed out. It can make you frustrated. And you notice that you're getting sharper and short tempered in other areas of your life. Busyness lies, tyranny of the urgent lies, comparisonitis lies, that go, go, go lies. And it sucks the joy out. It's the thief of joy. I have a business coach that I've worked with for many years, and she always says, "You are not late to your own miracle." And that's from Diane Cunningham. And that's such an important message that we all need to remember on this business clarity journey. This is your journey. You need to do it at your pace. And this is your clarity. This isn't anyone else's. This is your business. This is your life, really. This is finding out your vision and your direction. And it's worth taking the time to figure it out instead of rushing through it, instead of making everything feel urgent. Take the time to process, ask for help, ask for guidance, pray about it, seek wise counsel because you are not late to your own miracle. And it's time to stop letting the business clarity journey stress you out to the point where it is robbing you of joy in other areas of your life. And it's very easy to do that. It really and truly is. And I don't want you to be stuck in that constant hustle of trying to figure it out. You will get there. It may be a little bit slower than you would like. It may be slower when you look at somebody else's journey. And it may be slower than what your brain wants to do. And it's hard to shut off your brain. And I do understand that. But there are times you need to step away, recognize how far you've come, take a break, work on some of those half finished projects if you're anything like me and you're multi passionate, you want to try everything, and go have some fun because your business clarity journey will still be there. Even if you step away from it, your business is going to still be there if you step away from it. And when you get to the end of your life, when you get ready to retire, you're not going to look back and say, I wish I had worked harder on my business clarity journey to the exclusion of all else. You're going to look back and say, I wish I'd spent more time with my family. I wish I hadn't been so stressed out. I wish I had taken more time away from my business. So if your business clarity journey is stressing you out, I get it. I understand it. I've been there. And there are times I let it be there for me. But realize that your business clarity journey is really never done. So why does it have to all be done right now? Just because you have found a vision and direction for your business doesn't mean that later on down the road, you're going to have a little bit of fuzziness reappear and you need to step back into the business clarity journey. You're going to have to ask for more wise counsel. You're going to need to ask more questions. And this is what I've told my website clients. A website is never done. So, one, it takes some pressure off and getting it all done right now. And two, know that your website can be finished in phases and stages. The clarity journey is no different. The clarity journey is never done. So it takes the pressure off that it doesn't have to be figured out today, right now. Two, because it's never done, you can figure it out in phases. You can understand it in layers. You can peel back those layers and figure out something new next week that you didn't know right now. I share this in the hope that it's encouraging because I know how stressful this can be, and I know how we want to move on it. We've made a decision to go find it, and so we want to find it. We want to find it right now. But it doesn't happen that way. At least it hasn't been in my experience of my own journey and the women that I coach with. Finding business clarity is a journey. So take your time to get there and remember it's your journey, your pace, your business, and your clarity. If you would like some help untangling some of the stress that you're experiencing on your business clarity journey, if you would like somebody else to have eyeballs on your business and the questions that you have and help you ask better questions, I'd love to talk to you about the Business Clarity Breakthrough Program. This is my favorite program. It is the program that I have walked the women in my mastermind through, where I have seen them make the fastest and most impacting results. And this is where we journey together to help you ask those deeper questions, to do a deeper dive into where you are now in your business and help you develop and find that vision and direction for your business moving forward. If you would like more information on the Business Clarity Breakthrough Program, you can visit selastudios.co/breakthrough, or you can send me a DM on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to talk to you about your business clarity journey. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found some clarity or an aha moment that inspires you to take some action today. Before you go, could I ask a favor? I would really appreciate it if you could take a few seconds and leave a review of this show in the Apple Podcast app. Your review really does make an impact and helps spread the word about this show and gets it in the hands of other women who are looking to build simple and sustainable businesses of their own. Until next time.